Let's talk about humility. Good leaders are humble. They're not cocky. They're confident, but I hope they're quietly confident. I got to tell you, I wasn't always that way. Like a lot of young men and women in my 20s, I developed a kind of sense of invincibility, and it kind of carried over into my 30s. And so in my mid-30s, for the first time, I became the captain of a U.S. Navy destroyer. Beautiful ship, USS Berry. 350 sailors under my command, 9,000 tons. We circled the globe. It was an extraordinary 2 years for me. And I was pretty pumped up on my success as the captain of the Berry. The ship won award after award after award until it didn't. So here's the story. Around the middle of my command tour, about a year and a half into it, we had a big engineering inspection on this beautiful destroyer that had won every single award. And I was feeling 100%, this is going to go great. Well, the inspectors came down to the ship on the appointed Monday, embarked, did a few tests, all going according to plan. Off we went to sea. Because this inspection of your entire engineering plant, all the propulsion, the electricity, the water production, all of it occurs at sea, as it should. It's the Navy. So we're out at sea, and we're having this inspection. And I won't drag you through the technical details, but we had a disastrous event. That was our responsibility, the ship's. And the inspector, who was very sympathetic, knew the ship's reputation. But he came to me and he said, Captain Stavridis, I got bad news. Your ship is failing the inspection. And not only that, I regret to tell you, at this moment, you are unsafe to conduct propulsion operations at sea. Stop your engines. We're going to have tugs come out, and you're going to be towed back into port. Well, that's a moment of extreme humiliation for any ship captain who loses control of the ship. You have to turn that over. And I was towed back into port. And unfortunately for me, as we were towed in, you're towed past the entire Pacific Fleet, essentially, in San Diego, California. So we got towed in, parked alongside the ship, and I left the ship. I knew the next morning my boss, the Commodore, would come to the ship and fire me, because that's the standard Navy procedure when you fail a major inspection like that. So I went home to my wife, Laura. We had a good cry about it all. I told her, look, my career's over. I'm going to have to retire as a commander, and we're going to end up doing something completely different. But he decided not to fire me. He said, Stavridis, I think you've had a pretty good career so far. We're going to give you another chance. We're going to give you the opportunity to retake the inspection. Big lesson there for me. Number two, all day, my crew members came up to me, patting me on the back, telling me, it's okay, Captain. We got this. We're going to fix this. I thought it was going to be me pumping up the crew. It was the other way around. And third and finally, my peers called me. All the captains of all the other destroyers and cruisers on the waterfront called. And they said, hey, Stavridis, bad day yesterday, getting towed back into port. And I said, yep, bad day. And they said, what can we do to help? What do you need? Do you need parts? Do you need training? Do you need my Master Chief to come over and help do the repairs? How can we help? Peers know you the best. And I think that brings me back to humility. And good leaders are humble. That's the moment I learned that you can be on top of the world and very cocky and very confident, and then something will happen that will change your trajectory. In that moment, you'll discover the need to be humble, to maintain your humility, And if you're lucky, your boss will give you another chance. Your subordinates will come to your rescue. And above all, your peers who know you the best will stand and deliver for you if they think you are the right kind of leader. That's what happened to me in my mid-30s. And now I'm in my senior years. And that lesson of that day has stayed with me. And I've tried very hard to maintain that humility and to be a humble leader.